You know, when we talk about generative AI, our minds usually jump to places like Silicon Valley, right? But the real story, the true test of this technology's power to change our world, is going to be written far, far away from those tech hubs. So today, we're going to dig into what this whole revolution means for developing nations, where the stakes are, frankly, so much higher. Just look at this number. It's almost hard to wrap your head around. According to a major report by PwC, AI could pump an extra $15.7 trillion into the global economy by 2030. That's, well, it's a mind-boggling amount of money and potential growth just waiting to be unlocked. And that leads us right to the most important question we could possibly ask. For whom? Who gets a piece of that $15.7 trillion pie? Is this going to be a tide that lifts all boats, or is it going to be a tsunami that swamps the economies that are already struggling? That question is really at the heart of everything we're about to explore. Okay, so let's make sure we're all on the same page. When we say generative AI, we're talking about the kind of AI that doesn't just analyze data. It actually creates new stuff. Think about tools like ChatGPT. They take a mountain of existing information and use it to generate brand new text, images, you name it. And you have to understand, this isn't happening in a vacuum. Generative AI is a huge piece of what people are calling the fourth industrial revolution. It's this moment in history where our digital, physical, and even biological worlds are all starting to merge. So yeah, the stakes are pretty massive. All right, so first, let's talk about the good stuff, the incredible promise. What's the best case scenario? How could AI be this amazing, transformative force for good in the developing world? For individual people, for workers, the potential is just huge. I mean, imagine an AI tool that could instantly translate your resume and job application, completely shattering language barriers. Or think about a personal AI coach in your pocket helping you learn new tech skills for just a few bucks. It can wipe out all those boring, repetitive tasks, and it's even creating totally new jobs that didn't exist a few years ago, like prompt engineers. Now let's zoom out. If you take all those benefits for individual workers and you scale them up across entire industries, the picture gets even more exciting. We're talking about the kind of rapid economic growth that could actually truly pull people out of poverty. AI can give businesses deep insights from their data, spark game-changing new products, and create better customer experiences. It's like a shot of adrenaline for an entire economy. And this potential spills over into the sectors that matter most, our health and our kids' education. In a classroom, AI could create a unique lesson plan for every single student. Just think about what that means. And in healthcare, it's already helping to speed up the discovery of new medicines, read X-rays with stunning accuracy, and help doctors spot rare diseases that might have been missed before. Okay, so that's the dream. But here's the thing about powerful new technologies. For every single promise, there's a potential peril. It's a double-edged sword, and we absolutely have to look at the other side. Let's go back to jobs. Remember the promise of automating boring tasks? Well, the peril is that those boring tasks, like data entry and customer service, are the lifeblood of many developing economies. And while cool new jobs like prompt engineer are popping up, they might not appear fast enough to replace the millions of programming and writing gigs that could shrink. And what about supercharging industries? That dream of growth runs headfirst into a wall of reality. AI is expensive. For a small business in a country with spotty internet, the upfront costs can be an impossible barrier. So, instead of leveling the playing field, AI could actually make existing inequalities between the rich and poor, between different groups, even worse. Even in education, it's tricky. The same tool that helps a student write better could also end up making everyone's writing sound the same, just bland. It could stifle creativity. And yeah, it gives you access to all the information in the world, but it also creates a massive temptation to skip the hard work of real research, which is a huge headache for academic integrity. And look, underlying all of these dangers is a really fundamental problem. This quote right here just nails it. An AI is only as good or as fair as the data we feed it. If that data is full of our own human biases and prejudices, the AI doesn't just learn them. It can amplify them and then bake them right into the code of our future. That's a scary thought. And then there's the stuff we barely ever talk about, the hidden environmental costs. Did you know that a single AI search can use 4 to 5 times more energy than a regular Google search? The massive data centers that make AI possible are incredibly thirsty, guzzling water for cooling. And training these giant AI models leaves a pretty significant carbon footprint. This progress isn't free. It has a real environmental price tag. So we're faced with this incredible mix of promise and peril. The big question is, what do we do about it? How do we steer this ship? How do we build the guardrails to make sure that AI helps a lot more than it hurts? This is the challenge right here. How can developing nations get in the driver's seat and shape their own future? How can they grab all that amazing potential while carefully, smartly managing all those very real risks we just talked about? While the research points to a pretty clear four-part strategy, first, you need a national AI policy, a roadmap. Second, you gotta focus on education and training to give people the skills they'll need. Third, you have to invest in the boring but essential stuff, infrastructure, like fast internet. And fourth, you need government and private companies working together, not against each other. So what does that actually look like on the ground? Well, on the policy side, it means things like demanding explainable AI, where companies have to show how their algorithms work. It means clear rules about data privacy. And on the infrastructure side, it's all about making it cheaper and easier for local entrepreneurs to get started and, this is key, aiming for digital sovereignty so that nations can build their own tech instead of just relying on foreign giants. So, when you put it all together, it really boils down to one final defining question about the kind of future that generative AI is building for billions of people around the world. Is this technology going to be a bridge that allows developing nations to leapfrog decades of challenges and catch up? Or is it going to become a new kind of wall, one that deepens the already massive divide between the world's haves and have-nots? The truth is, the answer isn't written yet. It's going to depend entirely on the choices that we all make starting right now.